Here's a shocking reality check. 90% of startups fail, but what's truly mind-blowing is that most of them collapse because founders skip one crucial first step that takes just 3 months to complete.
That's fascinating, and it really ties into this research I've been looking at about the psychology of startup founders. What exactly is that critical step they're missing?
Well, it's all about problem validation. I've been analyzing startup postmortems, and you know what keeps coming up? Founders who spent months or even years building solutions for problems that didn't really exist.
Hmm. Like that infamous case of the AI-powered juicer company that raised $120 million before people realized you could just squeeze the packets with your hands?
Exactly. And here's what's really interesting. My research shows that successful startups spend an average of 3.5 months validating their problem before writing a single line of code, while failed startups rush through this phase in less than 2 weeks.
So what does proper validation actually look like in practice?
Well, I recently followed 3 successful founders through their validation process, and they all did something counterintuitive. They spent more time listening than talking. One founder conducted over 100 face-to-face interviews before even creating a prototype.
That's quite different from the typical build first, ask questions later approach we often see.
Oh, you know what's fascinating? I tracked 50 failed startups, and 42 of them admitted they never had a single in-depth conversation with potential customers before building their product. They just assumed they knew what people wanted.
Those numbers really tell a story. And I imagine these conversations often reveal surprising insights.
Um, Absolutely they do. Let me tell you about this fintech startup I studied. They went in thinking they were building a budgeting app, but after talking to users, they discovered people were actually struggling with splitting group expenses. They pivoted and got acquired for $28 million 2 years later.
That's such a perfect example of how validation can completely transform an initial idea.